Lagos State Water Corporation urges residents to report pipeline bursts to supply. Army confiscates over 130,000 litres of stolen products in Niger Delta region. On the foreign scene, Americans on high alert as major winter storm bears down. And in sport, tennis star Naomi Osaka retires injured Auckland Classic final 1 week before Australian Open. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. The Lagos State Water Corporation, LSWC, has urged residents to report any leaks or bursts immediately to the corporation through its helplines 0704 597 3012, 0704 597 3013, or 0703 326 1974 for prompt response. Its managing director, Mukhtar Tijani, made the call while announcing a significant increase in water production from its Iju and Adiyan waterworks. Tijani, who underscored the corporation's commitment to providing improved and reliable water supply to residents across Lagos State, noted that the increase in water supply and stolen fittings may be partly responsible for the high-pressure bursts reported along the Maryland-Ikorodu axis. He averred that the stolen fittings exposed the pipe flow line and allowed water to escape to the surface, thus impacting the integrity of the water pipelines in the area. To address the situation, the managing director led the distribution team to the site, and immediate actions were taken to stop the leaks, and productions at the Iju and Adiyan waterworks were temporarily halted to prevent further damage and ensure public safety. The Lagos State Building Control Agency, LAPSCA, says it followed all due processes regarding the removal of an illegal attachment to a building off Admiralty Way, Lekki Phase 1, Etiosa, Lagos. LAPSCA General Manager Bolahon Oki, who gave the clarification, said the agency instructed the occupants to lawfully remove the attachments, but they decided to remove them without first obtaining the demolition permit from the agency, stating that such act disregarded the Lagos State building codes and regulations. Oki described the video circulating online regarding the removal of the attachment as misleading. He stated that the video in question shows an individual attempting to harass and obstruct LAPSCA officials and security personnel who were present to maintain law and order during the exercise. Oki said, in line with the Lagos State government's commitment to urban regeneration, sustainable development, and the elimination of environmental and security nuisance, LAPSCA instructed the owners of the illegal attachments to remove them after multiple notices ranging from contravention, seal-off, and quit notices had been duly served on the occupants. The LAPSCA boss implored the public to disregard the misleading video and support the government's efforts towards a cleaner, safer, and more organized Lagos. President Bola Tinubu has justified the removal of fuel subsidy by his administration, saying it's a necessary move to secure the country's future. Speaking in Enugu State, Tinubu defended the bold step and said it was needed for a better Nigeria. President Tinubu touched down at the Enugu airport on a working visit to commission various projects by the state government. It was received by the executive governor of Enugu State, Peter Mba. Tinubu called on Nigerians to show love for the country and shun negative comments about it. Some of the projects the president commissioned during the visit are the multi-auditorium and multifunctional Enugu International Conference Center, state-of-the-art command and control center, 150 patrol vehicles fitted with AI-embedded surveillance cameras at the government house. Now to the rest of the stories. Troops of the 6th Division of the Nigerian Army, in collaboration with other security agencies, have sustained their momentum in the fight against oil theft in the Niger Delta region. Between December 16 and 2024, 37 illegal refining sites were dismantled, 10 suspected oil thieves arrested, and over 130,000 litres of stolen petroleum products were recovered. Acting Deputy Director of 6th Division Army Public Relations, Jonah Danjuma, gave the details in a statement and highlighted key achievements, including destroying 9 illegal refining sites at Obiafu in Ogba, Egbema, Ndoni local government area of Rivers State. Troops also confiscated 176 cooking drums, several pumping machines, and over 60,000 litres of stolen products, including crude oil, automotive gas oil, and dual-purpose kerosene. 4 suspected oil thieves were arrested at the site. At least 18 kidnapped victims have been rescued from the hands of bandits in Katsina State after the State Police Command foiled kidnap attempt along the Funtua-Gazal Highway in Zamfara State. In a statement, police spokesman ASP Abubakar Sadiq noted that the command also succeeded in recovering an unspecified number of rustles after four cattle rustling attempts at Dangada village in Kafur local government area of the state. The kidnapping attempt occurred on Friday at about 11:30 p.m. after an information was received at the Faskari Divisional Police Headquarters that some suspected armed bandits armed with AK-47 rifles shooting sporadically ambushed 4 vehicles at a point along the Funtua-Gazal Highway. Upon receipt of the report, the Divisional Police Officer of Faskari Divisional Police Headquarters promptly mobilized operatives to the scene where a gunfight ensued. Now to foreign news. Tens of millions of Americans are bracing for a huge winter storm that could bring the heaviest snowfall and coldest temperatures in over a decade. The National Weather Service says a storm, which started in the middle of the U.S., will move east in the next couple of days. A state of emergency has been declared in the states of Kentucky and Virginia, and parts of the U.S. unaccustomed to severe cold, including Mississippi and Florida, have been warned to expect treacherous conditions. Forecasters say the extreme weather is being caused by the polar vortex, an area of cold air that circulates around the Arctic. Russian state newspaper Izvestia says one of its freelance reporters has been killed in a drone strike near the Russian-occupied city of Donetsk in eastern Ukraine. Moscow has accused Ukraine's military of deliberately targeting Alexander Matryanov, but Ukraine has not commented. Izvestia said a civilian vehicle carrying Matryanov was struck as it traveled on a highway in a Russian-occupied zone. 5 other media workers were reportedly injured in the same attack. In our sport, Japanese tennis player Naomi Osaka has withdrawn from the final of the Auckland Classic with an abdominal injury, a blow to the Japanese star just a week before the start of the Australian Open. Playing in her first Women's Tennis Association WTA final for 3 years against Denmark's Clara Tauson, the 4-time Grand Slam champion called for the physio after taking the opening set 6-4 and pulled out shortly afterwards. Osaka's sudden withdrawal came as a shock after playing with no apparent problem in the 35-minute opening set, unleashing some powerful ground strokes to break her opponent in the 3rd and 5th games. At the changeover, the 27-year-old stood and performed a series of stretches during a medical timeout. The chairman of the Southwest Governors Forum and Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has mourned the passing of the secretary to the Ondo State Government SSG, Tayo Oluwatui. Governor Sanwo-Olu, in a statement issued by his specialist advisor on media and publicity, Boyega Akoshile, sympathized with Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa, Ondo State Government, and the people of Ondo over the demise of the SSG. He described the late Oluwatui, a former chairman of Akure South local government area and SSG, to the late former governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, as a dedicated and hard-working public servant who who served his state and the people passionately. Sanwo-Olu, who commended the deceased patriotism it went to the service of state and her people, said the late will forever be remembered for his invaluable contributions to the growth and development of the state. He prayed that God will grant the late Oluwati eternal rest and grant Governor Aiyedatiwa, the Ondo State people, the deceased family, friends and associates, as well as the entire people of Ondo State, the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. And that ends our news at 10. Just before we go, remember to always wear your seatbelt when driving. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch your news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration reconfigured 6 junctions and roundabouts, Allen, Ikotun, Maryland, Lekki, and Ajah, on the Traffic Management Intervention Plan? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Water Corporation, LSWC, has urged residents to report any leaks or bursts immediately to the corporation through its helplines 0704 597 3012 or 0704 597 3013 or 0703 326 1974 for prompt response. Troops of the 6th Division of the Nigerian Army, in collaboration with other security agencies, have sustained their momentum in the fight against oil theft in the Niger Delta region as 37 illegal refining sites were dismantled, 10 suspected oil thieves arrested, and over 130,000 litres of stolen petroleum products were recovered between December 16 and 22, 2024. Also told you that tens of millions of Americans are bracing for a huge winter storm that could bring the heaviest snowfall and coldest temperatures in over a decade. And in sport, Japanese tennis player Naomi Osaka has withdrawn from the final of the Auckland Classic with an abdominal injury, a blow to the Japanese star just a week before the start of the Australian Open. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Iduwolaya. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.